This is on. All right, you guys, how y'all doing? All right, honey. Okay, I call you back, honey. Okay, we are doing something. All right, how you guys doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, well I don't hear music. I don't hear shit. Let me see. Give me a happy song too. Okay. I want a happy song. Okay, I know he got locked up. Okay, or he got found guilty, but we want a happy damn song. Okay, let me give y'all the intro, honey. This is a big test, but honey, we're gonna talk about it. Jonathan Majors just got found guilty. Oh my goodness. Okay, what the hell? What the hell they wrong with them? Oh, you gotta press that button. All right, I got intro. Boom. What the hell?
That's all, folks.
Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, I bet y'all like this bitch. This is ghetto ratchet right here, honey. We gonna get it together. All right, you guys, it's me, Aaron Fantasy, back once again. How you doing? Yes, God. Back once again. All right, honey. Oh, I think I need to talk right here and do this right here. We're gonna figure out a way. We're gonna do another test and get the audio, much better than this. But yes, God, I'm so glad to be back. And yes, God, we need to get us a light. We need to put like a little light right there and stuff like that. But anywho, let me go ahead and pull it up. Okay, honey, let's get right into the tea. All right, honey. Oh my goodness. Like I was saying to you guys before over there when we were doing a test and everything, he been found guilty and stuff. And we just, seen the video when a woman was chasing him down the street. Chasing him. She was chasing him and everything. I think all he did was sit her ass in the truck and everything, and then he ran away from her and she would chase him down the street. Right? And I'm just bamboozled. I'm so confusion. So confusion. He got found guilty. How? How? And then it's like half and half. Like this count, he was not guilty or whatever, innocent. This count guilty, then not guilty, and So we're gonna look at it and everything of the sort. So let's go ahead and get the tea, and we're gonna discuss it because I'm shocked. I thought he was gonna win, especially that video that came out and everything. So I really did think he was going to win. All right, honey. Okay, so let me pull this away, honey. All right, honey.
This comes after jurors spent 4 or 5 hours deliberating over portions of several days. And this is a case that has gotten a lot of attention. Jonathan Majors, a major rising star, and he met a crisis in this, and the jury has now returned with its verdict.
And there was a lot of talk about this trial impacting his future in the movie business. Rising star within the Marvel movies. Our legal contributor, Brian Buckmeyer, has been following this from the very beginning as well. So I guess let's first of all talk.
I'm like, what are we on? And stuff like that. I have thoughts and stuff, and I have to speak my thoughts. I feel like maybe he should have paid her ass, and I think it's a lot of ego with her and ego with him, and I think she was big mad because, he moved on and she was accusing him of cheating, so that's her revenge and stuff like that. And I just felt like you should have paid her like $1 million or something, 250,000, something like that, to take this case back and whatever. I would have collected them coins. He could have paid me, Jonathan, and whatever, and I would have, put that case under wraps and stuff, And then during the whole thing, you could look at his face and stuff, and I felt like he dingy. I don't know, especially when the high school fight. Okay, now that was so staged and whatever. He helping assist these girls in the high school fight and stuff to make his make him appear looking good and whatever. It didn't trick me. I just thought that was real stupid. And there's a lot of stupid things and stuff like that. And anywho, I'll talk about it because it's ridiculous.
The charges here, Brian, your first reaction.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of scratching my head just because I'm looking at the different charges, and let me break it down and explain. There are two different assaults here. One is intentional assault and one is reckless assault. Based on the number order that they're telling us, my guess, and please someone correct me if I'm wrong, is they're acquitting him of intentional assault, but finding him guilty of reckless assault, meaning that he just did something he should have known better, and it caused the injury of Grace Jabbari. Then he's found not guilty of aggravated assault, which is to alarm, annoy, harass, or threaten someone and subject them to physical violence. But he's not guilty of that, but he is guilty of alarming and annoying Grace Jabbari. To me, this sounds like we call it a King Solomon decision. They literally just split the baby and said half and half, but some of the convictions and some of the acquittals don't really make sense when you put them all together.
Well, Brian, let me try to make a little sense. I wonder.
He's not guilty in some things and guilty in the others. You know, I feel like if he's guilty in one thing, honey, shouldn't it be like you guilty in all of the stuff, right? You guilty on everything. You see what I'm saying? So that is what's confusing, and it's so stupid. All right, my black men that's listening, okay? I know you like the snowflakes. I know you like, you know, different races and stuff like that. But you got to be very careful, okay? Y'all got to be, I'm sorry, I'm going to go there. Y'all got to be very careful because, you know, oh, you hit me. Oh, there was a video that she was laid out on the ground. Oh, okay. Y'all got to be very careful. You know, and you stupid. You stupid. You stupid. Oh. And then you're a big major star. Now I'm going to go there and say what I want to say and stuff like that. I felt, and during the rumblings and the talkies of it and stuff like that, I was like, Jonathan, you need to stay your ass in the house. You need to be in COVID. You got all these great movies. You got the great future and stuff. For my viewers that's watching, you got a great future and stuff like that. You got to kind of stay away from people who is going to fuck that up. Okay? Excuse my language and lack of words. You got to stay away from people who are going to mess up your future and stuff like that. Oh, he hit me. Oh, my neck is broken. Okay? Just stupid. Just stupid. Okay? So you guys got to really recognize and be smart. Especially, you know, you got movie roles. You got TV deals. And he was about to be blessed. He was about to be blessed. Many, many movies. He had variants in the MCU and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, you little hug. You need to cut her off. You shouldn't even be in a relationship. I see why people tell me, Eric, you got all this stuff going on and stuff like that. You should not be in a relationship, even though you really want that and stuff like that. You know, because number one with me, you know, I listen and it's like you're influenced by them and stuff like that. So if they don't like it, you ain't gonna do it type thing. So you know, but they can really affect your path and ruin it. You see what I'm saying? So you need to get people that helps you in what you're doing. Okay? Anywho, continue.
The exact fact pattern, since I wasn't in the courtroom, but couldn't you say that in the fury of what is a domestic dispute, he was reckless in his handling, in his physical handling of Jabbari, and that was the reckless assault. And the harassment is he lost his temper rather than consciously went after her. Does that make sense?
No, because it would make sense for the reckless and then the aggravated harassment, because the aggravated harassment is harassing someone through physical violence. So why find him guilty of assaulting recklessly, but not guilty of harassing someone through physical force? That's the part that I'm thinking someone just kind of said, you know what, We'll find him guilty for two, but not guilty for these two. But it could work. Someone's got to talk to the jury, I guess.
Yeah. Let's talk about the evidence, because there was clearly clashing narrative from both sides. We had video, audio, text, photos. Do we have that video? Okay, this is some of the photos that we had here of the bruises and the cuts. This is the video that I'm talking about. I mean, this was probably one of the most powerful pieces of the evidence that they played in court, Brian.
Absolutely. And I was in court watching some of this video being played to the jury, and I think it was difficult for both the prosecution and the defense to really articulate this video in a way that really moved the jury. And I think ultimately the jury
how he plays in the car. She could be like, oh, you hurt me. Oh, you broke my bones. I can see it now.
This case into their own hands. We saw that from the jury notes, saying we want all of the evidence, pretty much video, testimony, 911 calls, and they decided for themselves. For me, is this Jonathan Majors assaulting his then girlfriend, then running away, or is this him trying to stop her from stealing, or I guess re-stealing his cell phone and getting away from her? The juxtaposition of how this was presented to the jury, I think, is what caused the deliberation to take so long.
And there's
Hey there, family, while you're shopping, get me a 5G phone, it's on my list.
Instead of doing all this, better plan is to switch to Verizon.
This holiday, turn any Google phone in any condition into a Pixel 8 Pro on us. And now add Netflix and Max to your plan for just $10 a month, only on Verizon.
Don't get your ass off my screen.
there's a state of mind, obviously, that the prosecution would have to prove, right? And so here they are. She has seen the spark that triggered this fight, was she saw what she thought was a message from another woman on his phone. So she was trying to grab the phone. He's trying to grab it back. They're probably at the peak of emotions and anger and mutual conflict at that point. And would the jury have factored that in? In other words, we've all been in fights with people we love, and so it's not the same as a more conscious.
As Brian smiles, he's like,
Yeah, this is the difficult part for me, and this is where I was getting in trouble at home when I tried to break this down to my wife. What I didn't like about this defense is they didn't focus on what is called Penal Law 3525. It's the ability to use force to stop a larceny or theft or criminal mischief, the damage of your property. And I always go back to this analogy that I've said multiple times in ABC. And I'll use Kira, use an example. If Kira's walking down the street and someone takes her purse, the law says you're allowed to use force to take your property back. The law doesn't say, well, your girlfriend's allowed to take your cell phone because she's allowed to check for infidelity. The law doesn't say, well, my wife's allowed or I'm allowed to take my wife's property because I need to check it for this or that. No, to me, this broke down to Grace Jabbari stealing property and Jonathan Majors using force. Now, the question is it appropriate force to take back his property? But that seemed to be an argument that was missed completely in this trial. I'm not sure quite why. For the most part, they really focused on, can you believe that these injuries actually occurred in that vehicle, when Grace Jabbari then went off drinking with these new friends that she saw, that she supposedly bumped into a wall, supposedly bounced her head off of the DJ booth, was smoking with a cigarette. Was her finger really broken? Was her ear really scratched? That's where this case really focused. It didn't focus on, is any person justified of using force to take back their property?
So Majors didn't testify in his own defense, right?
That's correct. He did not testify in this case.
So do you think that helped or hurt him?
Hindsight's always 20/20. So you look at it now and you're like, maybe it hurt him. I think the difficulty in him testifying was that the evidence that came in was so strong that, for lack of a better term, this was a toxic relationship. This was a man who believed he was, as his own words, a great man, and that he needed a great woman similar to like that of Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King, and through the prosecution's eyes or their lens was manipulating Grace Jabbari to be someone else through verbal and emotional abuse, and that this crescendo of verbal and emotional abuse led to the physical abuse that is this case. And if Jonathan Majors took the stand, he would have had to answer for each and every one of those instances of verbal and emotional abuse. And I think that would have been very damning for him, not just in a criminal setting, but also in a PR setting, because he's got to have a life after this. So I think strategically it makes sense for him not to testify. But I think on another sense, him testifying to what happened in that vehicle, saying, I was just trying to get my phone back. This was not a form of manipulation. This wasn't a form of abuse. This was, someone took my property and I tried to take it back with as little force or a little harm as possible, and she wasn't injured when I left. I think that could have been helpful as well.
All right, let's go to Aaron Katersky, who's been covering this for us. Thank you, Brian, our senior investigative reporter. So, Aaron.
I found that he was fired from Marvel or Disney. We're going to go ahead and discuss that.
Tonight, Marvel actor Jonathan Majors is awaiting his sentence after just hours ago, a jury convicted him of assaulting his former girlfriend. And we just learned within the past 30 minutes that he's been dropped from all upcoming Marvel projects. The former girlfriend testified in a 2-week trial that Majors hit her on the side of her head with an open hand. Majors is a Duncanville High School graduate. His sentencing has been set for next February.
Really, really crazy. Going back here, honey. I said back button. Don't you hate when you hit the back button and stuff? It just want to do what, was right. Okay. All right, honey. Give me a better That's nice.
Well, Disney has made the call.
All right, whatever. All right, so he was fired. Let me go ahead and put his picture over here, and I'll break the news because I know about it. He was apparently fired from Disney and all Marvel upcoming projects and stuff like that. They had it on hold and stuff like that. They put everything on halt and hold. He was supposed to make an appearance on the Civil War and also I think the Falcon show. I'm like, I hear something. Okay. He was supposed to make an appearance in that movie, the Civil War, at the least, and the Falcon show. So he was fired, and they did fire him for that. And I was listening to some commentary with Grace Randolph, Beyond the Trailer, and I agree. And she said it after I was thinking it. I feel like he was becoming a A-lister. He was becoming an A-lister. The Creed movies. I liked that show that he was in. Got the damn show. I liked that show he was in. He was really, really doing good at the Marvel films. But his that's what the heifer wanted. That's what that girl wanted, was to mess him up. That's her little revenge, was to mess him up, because it looked like the verdict was split half and half, which is stupid as hell. If you're going to find somebody guilty, shouldn't they be guilty with all counts? You see what I'm saying? And that's really quite frustrating. And I feel sorry for him. I feel sad for him. But you got to watch who you around, okay? You got to watch who you dealing with and stuff like that. And she just basically messed him up. Messed him up badly. I don't see him getting another role, no major role. I do, Robert Downey Jr. He had drugs. Mark Wahlberg, he was dealing with, what was it, alcoholism, and he was abusing some folks. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard wasn't able to, isn't, back into Hollywood either. And mostly when Hollywood cuts off somebody and stuff like that, they're done for. Will Smith, we haven't heard much, and we was seeing a lot of Will Smith, right? And we haven't heard much from Will Smith, but I think, they about to roll out Bad Boys 4, which is Society, so hopefully that'll be a nice little redemption for him. But I don't see, he got fired from all these roles and stuff, fired from Disney. And that's really sad that happened and stuff like that. Hopefully, he could get some sort of redemption. He got fans and people rooting for him. I was looking at something, whereas, especially when it came out with the heifer was chasing him. Okay, everybody was on board. Everybody was for him, and I think people are still for him because of that video. So, Jonathan Majors, you can, sustain yourself and stuff like that, because the people came back for you, especially after that video, me included. Okay, so anywho, so that is all I got for you and everything. He got fired, and he got 2 counts of guilty, and 2 counts that not guilty, but everybody is saying that he is, they're just taking that is guilty. Okay, and everything of the sort. You see, Avengers Kang Dynasty is no more. Oh, I wonder what they're gonna do next. They're talking about bringing in Dr. Doom and stuff. I think they should do something with. I'm getting with Dr. Doom. He have a mask on. That's the issue. That's the issue. Dr. Doom has a mask, and I'm thinking of Shredder from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I'm like, that ain't gonna work. Then y'all did some mask person with the skull thing with Black Widow. Y'all fucked that up. So don't do that no more. Okay. So, yeah, don't do that. Okay, do something with the X-Men. Maybe make up Magneto's power level or something. Bring back Wanda or something. But Yeah, they dropped him. Oh, that is so sad. All right, well, you know, we're praying for you over here at the Every Fantasy channel. Okay, Jonathan. All right, I got to end this and everything because I think I got to save it and cut it up. All right, honey. So this is how he looks. He looks distraught, okay? And that is the story, honey. Y'all get in the comment section. Continue discussion below, honey, okay? I will talk to y'all later. All right. All right. Peace. Check out, oh, shit. What the hell? Check out all the merch and all the good stuff right there. Yeah.
And be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Corner of My Dreamers and get your trending live here at AF Live.